Hello, everybody. Welcome to the DailyDose MMA show. I am here with Mikey Gonzalez. How are you?
What's up, bro? How you guys doing?
So to get things started, giving everybody a little bit of background information, our first episode we released with Anthony Taylor. We got a comment with him involved, and then he commented saying he wanted to get his side of the story out. And so we're just going to start there. What's the background between you and Anthony?
So it's a long story, but I'll try to make it as short as possible. I was supposed to make my Bellator debut March 2020. So it was like right before COVID hit. And my management was trying to get me a fight for the SAP Center, my debut. It's my hometown. And they offered a few of the guys, me as a potential opponent, and a lot of them turned me down. And finally, I got a guy from Fresno. One of those guys that was offered the fight to fight me was Anthony Taylor. But no big deal. He didn't take the fight, so I moved forward. I wasn't even sweating him. It was like, okay, cool. Another guy that just didn't want to take the fight. He wasn't even in my radar. I knew he fought for Bellator before, so I was like, oh, that would be a decent fight. But he didn't take it. So we got another guy, and then COVID hit. And then, I sold hella tickets, and so obviously that went down the drain. And then COVID hit, no one was training. I took a 10-day I took a fight on 10 days notice for Dana White's Contender series. I got destroyed. Obviously, it was embarrassing. I was nervous, no excuses. And then he kind of commented on that. He was just talking shit. But leading up to that, during COVID, I was getting antsy, impatient, just like everybody was. He calls out on his Instagram, and the only reason I know this is because somebody tagged him on his page. He calls out a European guy that they were trying to build. He's got hella tattoos. I think he's on some reality show, and he was a 170-pounder. Now, the reason why Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor and his camp said that they didn't want to fight me originally for Bellator was because they said that I was too big. I'm 5'11", and I walk around at 170 pounds. So regional, I don't cut any weight. I just fight it. I skip a burrito or two. I make weight. If it's on the big show, I'll go 155. So for them to say that I was too big, that's what I assumed at the time. Then he's calling out a dude from Europe that's got way more fights than me, fought on Bellator many times, who's 6'1" and a legit 170-pounder. So somebody tagged me in that, and then I checked it out, and I was like, that's funny. He said that I was too big for him when I'm a smaller framed, less experienced guy than the dude he's calling out. So that kind of fucking pissed me off, because I'd rather fight Anthony Taylor than some dude from Fresno that had no name. I want to fight somebody that's been there so I can kind of steal their shine and then start getting paid more and work my way up. So knowing that I found that out, I hit him up on his page, like right on that post. I'm like, what's up, man? Like, you fucking calling out this dude, and he's actually a legit 170-pounder, and you won't take the fight with me? And then, of course, everybody's worried about their reputation nowadays and the clout. He's a clout chaser, in my opinion. And he started talking shit back, like, your black belt don't mean shit, and talking all this shit, which is fine, cool. I got his attention. Then he tells me, look, I'm not going to fight you for free. Like, you're a bum, this and that. Like, they got to pay me to fight you. And then we get 2-3 days later, it gets to the point where he's like, look, your people get 7 racks or 8 racks. My people will get 7-8 racks. And then, he basically saying he'll fight me wherever, in his gym, on the street. So I was like, fuck it, run it, bet. In less than 24 hours, I had 7 racks. I made a video about it. I basically made him put his money where his mouth was, because I knew he just scared to fight me. He just doesn't want to lose to me. That's what I know. So then I do that, and then he's pushing the goalpost. No, I said have 16,000. And I have the links, I have the articles, I have the screenshots. I had another person like you that owns like a website, like a podcast thing. They did a whole article on it. You can find that on the website. It's out there somewhere. And, whatever, man. I just kind of pulled his card and I let the MMA world know, like, this guy's a fraud. He hand selects his opponents. He's a clout chaser. I said this last summer, and now look at him. He's over there training with Jake Paul, and, So in my opinion, seeing that, good for him. I'm not hating on however he's making his money, but it's like the MMA community needs to realize and kind of cancel these motherfuckers that are just fake, in my opinion. I'm struggling to get a fight. And then here's the kicker, bro. Here's the funny thing. So Cage Warriors is a promotion that's based in Ireland and Europe. He's fought for them. They come into California. They just had a show in San Diego. Well, I get an email from the matchmaker there, and they, I kind of put Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor in the back burner. I was like, dude, he'll never fight me. I'm going to have to catch him slipping one day, something like that, The matchmaker approached me, do you want to fight August? I found this out in July. I was like, yeah, let's go. Who's the opponent? Guess who the fucking opponent they offered me was? Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor. So I didn't even read the contract, read the negotiations, read the finances, read the pay, read nothing. I just replied back to him. I'm like, I'm ready to fight him. I couldn't believe they offered me Anthony Taylor. He, a few days before that, he's in Puerto Rico saying he's ready to fight MMA. They approach him with the fight. They say that Mikey Rolls ready to fight you. At this time, he's not ready to fight MMA. And then I'm assuming that's because he's taking this Tommy Fury fight, But anyways, I mean, if you can pull up that article, if you have access to a computer, kind of let your people know. The article kind of puts everything, it's like it kind of puts a timeline and everything's a fact on there, dude. I posted, he's a frustrating guy to deal with, He just doesn't want to fight. He hand selects. He's a clout chaser. But hopefully a promotion kind of can make it happen, you know what I mean? Pay him enough money he wants, and but I have to make him eat his words for talking all that shit, and that's just how I feel about it, But I'm glad that whoever tagged you in your first episode, because otherwise I wouldn't even have known. But that's the gist of the story, pretty much, bro.
For you, is there any part of you that, you're kind of just over it? Like you said, I mean, you said it's kind of a frustrating thing to deal with. Like, is there any part of you that just wants to get over it and, move on and hopefully just kind of another fight?
I kind of put it in the back burner. I pretty much chalked it up to Anthony Taylor. Just, he don't want to fight me. And I've had a bunch of his people say, oh, you'll get whooped. And I'm like, okay, then if I'm going to get whooped, then take the fucking fight then. Get a W. But that's the thing. They know, his camp knows, his coach knows, all his people know, I have insight. They tell me what's up, you know what I mean? I'll run through the dude. So hopefully he gets a little bit more clout, and then I keep doing what I'm doing, and then we get to a point where somebody leverages the fact that he can't go nowhere. You know what I mean? I think I kind of already did that with the link in the article. And it kind of put a lot of people around, because he's from Northern California. I'm from Northern California. Everybody around here kind of knows. But like I said, I'm not hating his hustle. I'm not hating on how he's making his money. But, like, come on, man. You were approached. Just admit that you don't want to fight me. That's just really what it boils down to. And I'm not even looking for the fight anymore. It just, again, it presented itself. I don't know how that happened. And maybe the matchmaker got, somebody contacted the matchmaker, like, I know a guy that would fight Anthony Taylor, which I would always be ready to fight him. But, he just won't do it. He talks a good game, but the people in the industry and the MMA locally around here, they know I'll run through that boy, It just sucks that he just won't take the fucking fight, But yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
So for now, where are you at in training? Are you talking to organizations trying to get a fight anywhere, or what is your, what are you looking at?
I mean, COVID kind of just opened back up here, so I'm waiting for some opportunities to kind of fall in my lap. I really haven't heard anything. Bellator's supposed to be here September 18th at the SAP Center. I really haven't heard from them. But it's fucked up that there's a lot of guys out there that are so talented, But if they don't have the right management or the right connections, you know, they won't see an opportunity or the light of day, man. It's pretty fucked up. This community is like really political. It's who you know. A lot of these guys kiss ass. I don't happen to be an ass kisser, you know. I'm not really built like that. But yeah, it's to me, it's a little surprising seeing that there's guys with mediocre talent getting all these opportunities. Like Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor, in my opinion, is mediocre everywhere. Like, he's not a great boxer. He's not a great kicker. He's not a great MMA fighter. He's not a great grappler. He's mediocre. You know, and I think he's living in a little delusion in the sense that he's getting all these opportunities. Like, there's always an A side and a B side. So there's always a guy that's supposed to take his ass whooping. They don't say that, but that's how it is in the fight game. So just because you're getting these opportunities don't mean you're any good. It just means that you're there to take the fall. That's why they flew him out to Ireland. But to him, he's like, oh, it's a big deal. No, bro, you're supposed to take the ass whooping. You know, you're just mediocre. You know, I mean, look at his fights, dude. He's mediocre everywhere. I mean, nothing to me he's a decision. He decisions everybody. You know, so his height is not good for him. I'll either KO him or submit him first round, you know? So, and he's talked a lot of shit. You know, I don't really talk about kids. I don't talk about moms, anything like that. I feel like there's a fine line when it comes to shit talking, but like he already crossed the line. So he better hope anywhere he's at around here, he's with the squad of dudes. You know what I mean? They will have his back. Because if he's not, you know, one day somebody's going to catch him, you know, for the mouth he has. He's not a good person. You know what I mean? I know a bunch of insight. You know how many people, after they found out I had beef with him, went into my DMs, women, men, talking about how much of a grimy, slimy motherfucker this guy is. So that's not a good look, you know? So I got random chicks that are strangers hitting me up in my DM saying, like, this dude's reaching out to them on Tinder and Plenty of Fish, saying, like, will you support me in my career, asking them for fucking money and shit. I got screenshots of women telling me this shit. So, you know, that's pretty embarrassing, in my opinion. So, I don't know. I'm calling him a bitch. I'm telling him I'll run through him. I will never let no man talk to me like that, you know. So I don't understand why he just doesn't want to sign the contract and give me an ass whooping, you know. Whoop me. If you can whoop me, whoop me. You know, I'll take an ass whoop. I'm a man. You whoop my ass, I'll shake your hand after. The beef's over, you know. But handle your business. That's it. That's all I really got, you know, for him. And he just keeps ducking me. He blocked me on Instagram after this. That buddy tagged me in your first episode. He blocked me. So.
Is there any part of you that, you know, obviously you don't like the guy, but is there any part of you that hope he, you know, kind of loses in an emphatic fashion? So, you know, hopefully you can maybe get that fight because maybe that'll keep him out of the boxing world.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This guy's really like, I don't think he has a brain. He's not too smart or too bright to me because he's fighting Tommy Fury, right? He's 7-0, big boy, you know. What is Anthony Taylor? 5'5", 5'6", you know? And he didn't realize Jake Paul just posted that he wants to fight Tommy Fury in a few fights. So Jake Paul is, first of all, using him. He gave probably Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor this fight on his card. He probably tunes up Taylor in camp. He wants to see how Taylor does against Fury to gauge how he would do. He's being used like a pawn, and as long as he's making his money, then I guess he's not being used. But to me, it's just like, dude, come on, man. He's not going to beat Tommy Fury. That's fucking ridiculous, you know? The dude can't box, you know? If he could box, where's all his knockouts in MMA, you know? So I don't wish bad on anybody. I hope he wins, so he has more of a name, so hopefully I can get the fight. But then he would probably be a guy that, oh, I'm here and you're here. Like, dude, look at my highlights and look at his. He don't really even have it. So, you know. It's just fucked up that the MMA community gets guys like this, you know. It's fucking ridiculous.
You know, I was just going to say some of the best you know, obviously fights have been amped up by this, you know, trash talk, things like that. Is there any part of you that kind of feels like right now this is what you want to do? You just want to kind of hype it up, so hopefully someone will pick it up so you can just get this fight.
I mean, that would be dope. You know what I mean? The more money for both of us, since he's all about money, I feel like the bigger this fight is, you know, for a big promotion, the better it will be. You know, there's some matchmakers and some of the higher ups at Bellator have even said, like, damn, this shit is circulating. Last year when this was on the web, it was like trending, you know? So a lot of people want to see this, whether he admits it or not. And then he's trying to pass me off to his teammates, like, oh, my boy will fight you. Like, yeah, we get that. We're fighters. We'll fight anybody. But, like, I want to fight you, bro. You talked all this shit. I want to fight you. You were offered the fight. You ducked me. Then you're calling out a bigger 170-pounder. Then you say put 7 racks up. I put 7 racks up. You know, it's like, what the fuck, dude? You know, you'll whoop me. Well, then whoop me. Then whoop me. Sign a contract and whoop me. An easy payday for you, you know? So hopefully, you know, he grows some balls and I just keep, you know, poking and then, you know, but nowadays that's like old school shit, you know? I don't think he's that kind of man. I don't think he doesn't care, you know, it's just clout chaser.
You know? And for you now that you're not in a training camp per se, obviously, you know, you are training all the time, but you're not like preparing for anybody. What's kind of life been looking like for you? What have you been up to recently?
So I've just been focused on jiu-jitsu and, you know, doing MMA training, you know, every once in a while. I work full time, so, you know, it's kind of hard. I don't really get training like most professionals. You know, I put in 40 hours a week, so my training comes after that, or like if I get an extended lunch, you know. I don't have the luxury to, I don't know how some of these guys do it, honestly, you know. But I think that's why he does what he does, where he clicks up with who he clicks up with, you know. Good for him, you know. But that's another thing. Like, take the fight, dude. Like, I train part-time, you know. You should whoop me, you know. So, yeah, if you know anybody that wants to sponsor your boy so I can train more, man, let me know, or put that out there so I can kind of focus more on guys like that. But other than that, man, I'm just kind of just doing jiu-jitsu, working, waiting for another opportunity to kind of fall in my lap. You know, and if nothing happens, you know. There's nothing I can do about that. You know.
And I was just gonna, you know, follow up with, is there any, you know, perfect scenario for you for the rest of this year, maybe going into 2022? You know, what would you like to see?
Shit, I would like to, you know, fight for Bellator or, you know, a few other promotions, you know, I got to get like 2 or 3 wins back just to get back to the UFC, I think, you know. And if not, you know, I'm kind of happy with so far what I've done with my career, you know. Like I said, a lot of people have had management or backing. I pretty much did this all on my own, you know, by contacting whoever. Like, I contact promotions, but it seems to me the MMA community is a little cutthroat and political. The jiu-jitsu community has been a lot more good to me. You know, I've gotten a lot more opportunities in the jiu-jitsu community than I have MMA. So kind of MMA put a bad taste in my mouth, honestly. You know, Eddie Bravo, all these local promotions, Fight to Win, you know, all these local jiu-jitsu promotions have given me opportunity, and, you know, MMA really, it doesn't seem like that has happened. So, and then what's fucked up too is before the Dana White's Contender Series, I had a few people DM me because I've always felt like somebody's been holding me back in my career. I had 3 people personally, different people, contact me, letting me know that whoever these people are, they didn't let me know, but they told me they're no longer going to be holding me back in my career. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, I don't even know what that means. And that was 4 days before my Dana White's Contender Series fight. Like, what? What do you mean nobody's going to hold me back in my career? Doesn't that just solidify my thoughts and how I felt like somebody was kind of blacklisting me or something? So I thought that was a little strange. But who knows, man? You know, that's why I'm so skeptical in MMA. It's like, what?
So will we maybe be seeing you in a jiu-jitsu tournament then?
Yeah, I have a match on the 22nd. I have a match on the 29th. You know, I try to stay as active as I can in jiu-jitsu. But, you know, like I said, I'm 7-2. I've won, you know, you can contest if I lost that decision loss. And then I have one knockout on Dana White's Contender Series. And, I mean, that training camp was during COVID. No gyms were open. I find out 11 days before I accepted the 55-pound fight. I was 178, so I cut 24 pounds in 10 days in a hotel room in Vegas. My training partner was my little brother. That was my preparation for Eurosmedic. While he had 3 or 4 months, you know, in a small little hotel room, you know, no sparring. I wasn't even doing jiu-jitsu because it was COVID, you know. So whether people want to talk all the shit they want, like, you do that. You know what I mean? You go do that. I mean, some guys have pulled it off, but, like, it's not the best case scenario, you know? It's like, give me 3 months and get that guy 3 months. So then I did, you know, that happened to me on worldwide network television, Dana White's Contender Series. So now the world gets to see me like that. And then, you know, whoever's in the behind the scenes hoping I fail, like, he's like, yes, you know. It's like, dude, that's not me. My people know, you know. But no excuses, you know. The fucking dude is good. But that's how they did me, man. I
Well,
shouldn't
man,
have took it. Shouldn't have took it. You know, I should have just been like, you know what? I should have had patience and just waited. But I mean, come on, man. I'm a human, you know. It's COVID. I was supposed to make my debut at Bellator. Who knows at that time how long COVID was gonna last? So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it, you know. I don't handpick opponents. I took the fight on 10-day notice. Anthony Taylor would have never have done that, you know. So I'm just hoping for the best, man, but I expect the worst. That's kind of my mentality, bro.
well, I just want to say, man, good luck in those jiu-jitsu competitions coming up.
Yeah.
I'll let you
Yeah.
go. I know you just said you worked a full day, so I'll let you go, man.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people before you hop
No,
off?
no, just, you know, just wanted to tell my story so people understand that, you know, Anthony Taylor's straight up bitch. Straight up, you know. Of course, he's not looking at me. He's kind of, you know, put me to the side, but, like, I will scrape that dude, you know, talking all that shit. You know, I'm happy for his success now, but, you know, you can't be talking shit to people on the internet. I know that's the day and age we live in where you talk shit online and you think, you know, but there are some crazy motherfuckers out there, you know? So I'm not saying I'm going to do anything. I'm just saying, you know, that you got to be careful who you talk shit to online, you know? Some motherfucker might make you eat those words. So, yeah, that's my message to that boy right there. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man, and hopefully we can run it back, you know?
Yeah, man, sounds good. We would love to. Well, thank you again for joining the DailyDose MMA show, man. You have a good one.
Yep, right on, bro.
All right,
Peace.
goodbye, everybody.